What up, my freaks? Ruinous Insight here with part, I want to say 19 of my Total War Warhammer 3 modded Grimgor Ironhide campaign. So as we saw last time, Grom the Punch and Nobber rode Orky through the ranks of the dead as massive piles of pump wagons and chariots, boar and wolf alike, obliterated the armies of Heinrich Kemmler. And this pretty much breaks his faction unless I'm mistaken, and we should be able to destroy them over the next couple of turns and take these mountains more or less for ourselves. Could possibly even build another military territory here, though we're starting to get plenty of them and I'm not sure we'll need that many. On the other hand, we're orcs, and can you have too many military territories as orcs? I don't know. Anyway, other than that, we also got to try out our pig army against the Slaneshi, and also this episode we'll be trying to go after more of them, maybe hunt down Kari, though he might have been killed by Scarbrand and I'm not sure he'll revive, as the faction is, by the looks of it, quite weak. Though factions do have a tendency to never kill their enemies for good, so we might have to get the boars to finish them off. Anyway, before we get started, two quick notes. First of all, unless you, well, for those of you who missed the pinned comment in the last episode, my secondary channel is now up and running, called Ruinous Archive, and there are links to it all over the place, including in the community tab. The purpose of this channel will be to funnel any campaigns that drop in engagement or drop in performance, and campaigns will be continued on that channel once we reach those thresholds. And of course, a few old campaigns will be revived there, so keep that in mind if you're interested in watching the continuation of various campaigns, including possibly this one, if it gets transferred. Aranessa, for example, at this point, has already been revived there. The other thing, speaking of thresholds, we reached it, and thus this will be an hour long, and the next episode will be an hour long again if we reach 250 likes and 40 comments. Let's get to it. Spite Blood Reaper, let's not move you because we're still waiting for that plague, and in fact, unless I'm mistaken, we've moved everybody. Let me just double check here. You are all good. Vicious the Despicable is good. Glugzag is good, because he's going to join the Troll army, so we only have Arachnic Spiderclaw's army. So I think we're gonna move in. It looks like they're not gonna sally out, and I'm disinclined to wait longer. Since battles or siege battles don't work cinematically, we'll have to do this manually, but, well, what can you do? We are going to have to watch out for the 2 units of Slayers, and those 2 units of Trollhammer torpedoes, and the other Iron Drakes, the Fire Drakes. They will be devastating both to our Spider units and even to large units. The Flamethrowers are good against pretty much everything. They're surprisingly effective against single entities, I've found, of any kind of flamethrower units, so we do have to be wary. Start deployment, we do have our Catchweb Spider Shrine available now as well, and see what you look like. Alright, that's a nice little shrine. We'll see it in action. And is the Ragnarok slightly different from the regular Ragnarok? Yes, indeed it is. So we have 4 flavors of Ragnarok. Lovely. Now that's a spider army, though I think we'll get a couple more in here. It's, well, at least 1 more lava, and maybe 1 more regular. Anyway, I'm getting distracted by the Arachnaroks. Let's move you guys up like so, and we'll charge directly for the gate. Actually, that's a question. Do we want to do it that way, or maybe do we want to have 2 charge the gate at the same time? Because they'll block each other and then they'll get in each other's way, and that ain't great. Let's do that instead. We will have the Spider Rider Archers support, though they're probably not going to be particularly effective at it. And they can help out. Then we will leave 2 Force Goblin Spider Riders here, and we'll put 2 more over on this side. And then we'll put 2 over on each of these sides. I don't know whether the enemy will deploy to any of those, but we are in stock, so if they don't, we can slowly break our way through those enemy gates. Lastly, I guess we'll keep the goblin. Oh, you're not actually hidden. All right, you stay back here. Let's see, 1, or actually 2, 1, and then 3. I think something like this. Let's see if this works. Alright, start battle. Yes, start battle. You guys charge the gate. You guys charge the gate here. And I guess you can join the fray as well. And what do we have up here? Ooh, flamethrowers. Get away from those. Let's not... Ooh, troll hammers. Oh, that was pretty devastating. You know what? We need to summon the Arachnarok. Or summon the little spiderlings immediately in the hopes that the troll hammers go after the spiderlings instead of the Arachnaroks, because that was already far, far too much damage. Alright, you guys stay here. Keep an eye on those. Flamethrowers are ignorable for now. Oh, looks like they're targeting. Or at least they're trying to. Stay out here. Come on, Arachnaroks, get in there. And did I not select all of you? Ooh, another hit from them. Damn, the Arachnarok Queen. Well, it was always going to be an issue. Alright, all of you start breaking through that gate. How are we over on these sides? Looks like nobody at this gate and nobody at this gate. Fantastic. Start working your way through those. And you can start working your way through this one. And you can start working your way through this one. Alright. Arachnarok Queen damaged and at about half HP. Let's hope that these guys can't fire down. Oh, they can fire down. I was hoping that the two Arachnaroks could get into the gate, or below the gate, under the gatehouse. Ah, there we go, they did it. Okay, they're fine, they'll be fine. Maybe I'm trying to convince myself, but here's hoping. Anyway, looks like this gate is just about down. This one still needs to be worked on. Our little tiny spiderlings got destroyed, but, well, they somewhat served a distractive purpose, so... and there we go, our first gate is down, which means you guys get to move in, and we'll follow you along with these spider riders, the regular spider riders. Alright, you guys keep working on that other gate, and the first Arachnarok is in. Gonna have to be careful with the basic gobbo. In fact, you can just stay out of there. Let's summon some more spiderlings here. Alright, and looks like that Corler unit will be destroyed by our spider rider archers. Which is something. You guys just stay here, don't move in yet. We will move you in. I know the gate is broken, but we will move you in a bit. We want to... well, I guess we could summon and then move. Hey, you know what? Summon, and then move. Go after that thing. Alright, how are we on the other gates? Okay, it's gonna take a while to break through those, but the enemy isn't really reacting to it, so can't complain. Let's get some spiders on in there. Try not to get burninated by the flamethrowers, but, well, can hardly control it. And you can move in as well. Those are Longbeards, not Slayers, so not super concerning. Spider Rider Archers move a little bit more forward and start working on those flamethrowers. Ooh, these guys are going to start firing down. Well, the Thane will be destroyed at least. Gotta be careful. Don't let them kill you, Arachnaroks. Alright, come on, just come down. It might even be beneficial just get the heck away from them. I really don't want to lose an Arachnarok to this nonsense. Well, at least the Gobbos have nearly finished up with the enemy Thane. There we go, he's done. You can still take a hit from the troll hammers, but the rest cannot. Alright, how are you guys doing? Man, this would have actually made it probably a pretty good cinematic, but what can you do? Alright, you know what? You are gonna join the fray over here. The rest of you should be okay. Probably could use a few more spider rider archers, or spider riders rather. You know what? Maybe you peel away and join up here. And we're gonna wait for those iron drakes to go down, but otherwise the Arachnaroks are doing their thing. There we go. There we go. Iron drakes are out. Everybody head towards the iron drakes. They have to be destroyed immediately. Once the iron drakes are done, the enemy won't be nearly as threatening. In fact, I'm going to peel away one of the units of spider riders. Don't let those trollhammer torpedoes escape, please. You can use your ability on one of the iron drakes, I guess, and you know what? Summon more spiders as you like. In fact, I'm almost tempted to say ignore everybody here in favor of killing the rest. Alright, archers, just keep running out of ammunition. Like, I want you to keep running out of ammunition. You use Forbidden Rod, you use... just use your ability on these guys. And you know what? We can keep the little spiderlings here. Maybe one Arachnarok. Alright, everybody else, go after those troll hammers. Do not let them escape. We got another spider rider unit moving in. How are the gates on the other sides? About 2/3 of the way through. Getting there. Whoa! Looks like these guys are getting a few shots off. Let's move you. I didn't notice. Huh. It wasn't those that were damaging the Death Creepers, so I'm not sure what was that, but it's all good. Alrighty, don't let them escape. Overrun them. It looks like we're more or less okay. I guess you can join group 3 as well. Alright, unfortunately it looks like I do have to control this battle pretty much completely, but not to worry, we'll get a cinematic battle in a non-siege battle. One that works. Alright, can we summon any more spiderlings? Yes, indeed we can. We just need to... right there. Fantastic. Get to distracting. Ooh, those slayers are going to be an issue. We need to go forward. Ragnarok Queen. You need to go forward and summon and prevent the enemy from moving, and you need to not die. That would be swell. Alright, you guys, well, you know what? We can move you into melee. Why not? Ooh, and kill those Iron Drakes before they can fire and kill you all. Alright, and we're in. Those Iron Drakes are still running and the Slayers are now in our way, but we have a decent pile of little spiderlings going after them, so hopefully we'll be okay. The Slayers are going to take some effort to bring down, but, well, that's the nature of Slayers, I guess. You can keep working on this gate. Actually, no, you can move through here, because that gate is nearly done. Who's asleep? You're asleep. Why are you asleep? Don't be sleeping. Be sleeping on the job, go slay some Slayers. Alright. That looks good to me, and there's some Longbeards. The Iron Drakes are moving away. Let's get the full HP units of spiders in here as well, and we'll turn off... I already did turn off skirmish mode. And that means we're fine. Alright, everybody charge forward. And hey, the little spiderlings did their job. The Trollhammer torpedoes are running. I wonder if we could get one more unit that could summon even more spiderlings. That would be just swell. Can you hit the Trollhammers with your damaging ability? Yes, indeed you can. Alright, keep moving forward. With no more Trollhammers on the field, we are no longer nearly as afraid of damage as we once were. Ooh, it looks like we've also broken through the gates. This kind of turned out to be unnecessary, to be perfectly honest, but, well, we did it anyway. Why not? Gobbos from the WAAAGH, you can move in somewhere. Probably won't matter where. I have a feeling that we're gonna break through here long before the, long before we'll need... I wonder if the Arachnaruption will damage the barricade. Let's find out. Maybe? You know what I should do? I should use the... Should have, I guess, too late now. Should have used the fire spider riders to try to knock down the barricade. Or possibly the tower, but I don't imagine we've taken much damage from the tower itself. You can use sneaky stabbing to, well, sneak and stab a little bit more, as you like. Barricade is down, so the other Arachnarok can join the fray. You're asleep because you've captured an... Ow! There's a unit of Iron Drakes here. Ha! Alright, well, you can destroy them and hopefully prevent them from going back up on those walls. Shouldn't be a problem in melee. And you are capturing, so we're looking good. Lava Ragnarok is hurt, but I don't think there's anybody else that can dish out enough damage for it to be a concern to us. Everybody keep moving into the settlement. About half HP on the big units. That's fine. That's fine. Now, we probably didn't need to wait last turn. We probably could have just done this from the beginning instead of hoping that they would sally out, but oh well. Got a decent battle, at least in the regular form of battle. And, alright, breaking down those Quarlers. Anybody left? Alright, you guys go after the Longbeards here. You can go after the Longbeards as well. You're asleep. You can go capture... you know what? Don't solo fight the Slayers. Go down here. Join the other unit. We'll wait for the Arachnaroks to arrive and do all your work for you. Alright, you guys are... Oh, actually, we don't need to do that at all because the enemy will arrive, meaning we can just speed it up and have everybody on the map charge the enemy Slayers. Those Longbeards should be out now, it's just to say so. Damn, they took a lot of damage from that charge. That's a big wah for a few seconds. You can back out so you don't take too much damage. And max speed. Charge back in. Here comes an Arachnarok. And battle over. Beautiful. Alright. Yeah, that one required too much control. I mean, I suppose I could have slowed it down a few times to get some more shots in, but then that would have made the episode much longer where it didn't need to be, because, well, we weren't getting too many cinematic shots out of this one anyway. I take it the most damage dealt to us was probably due to the two Iron Drakes units, although the Slayers weren't too bad either. They were hurting the smaller units. Either way, for an army not really designed to do sieges, I think we did just fine. Occupy the place. Oh, lovely. And with that, Carrick Ziflin has been destroyed. The Horde might as well already. Boss's Shack. Do we need to keep the boar pens here? Frankly, I doubt it. This is not going to be a military territory, so... yeah, doubtful. We'll instead build the idols and immediately build the Gabo tents, and we'll build a big tower or whatever it was. There, Camp Ruckus for you already. Nice. And I believe with that, we're ready to end the turn and find ourselves a proper actual cinematic. Low fightiness on... ugh, Krugabir Teika again. Unassigned skill points, Lord not moved, Hero not moved, and let's end the turn and look for a fight. I'm also quite curious to see whether Hellkeek will go for Carrick Exvilaz and take out Orion. Oh, he will now that there's two of them. I was hoping Grimgor would be able to. I guess we could see... well, no, Orion's still recruiting. And I guess it is Clan Pestilence nearby us, which is interesting as well. You want us to join war against Durthu? No, at least not yet. But we will later. And frankly, keeping you afraid of Durthu may be a decent thing. Ah, Wintertooth's been destroyed. We were hoping to ally with them too. Combat focus recruitment reduction for melee infantry, but we're not recruiting for now. This money is inflated. Ah, Morgur. Morgur is up. Wait, where did his army go? He had an army. Damn it, wait. They're both legendary lords, but the defeat trait for Morgur is probably... oh, but we can't reach him. I guess we can't reach Orion either. Man. We could jump back and try to hunt down Morgur. We can't leave him here, or at least we probably don't want to leave him here. Oh, man. I don't know. We can't go that far with the jump anyway. It would guarantee attacking Orion next turn, but I have a thinking suspicion that he'll die. Nobody's here to kill Morgur, but Morgur could run away. Alright, you're gonna jump here. Right beside Morgur. And we're going to hope that his other army is either destroyed or will continue. He can't run far enough away from us here. He has nowhere to go, and we can move much, much further than him, so hopefully. You can also ferry those rogue idols to Grimgor. This won't be a battle, it'll just be an auto-resolve, but I want Grimgor to get that missile resistance, so it'll be worth our time. It's by Blood Reaper. This thing has been plaguinated for a long, long time, and I wanted to take it with you. The problem is this, there is a massive pile of undead here, and I don't think you can do that. You're gonna do this. You're gonna wait on outside Summersall Fort and just go here. Yeah, 2,000 gold per turn. Not bad, not bad at all. We'll need either another army or a stronger army to defeat those guys, so you're gonna have to wait on that one a little bit. Nobber. Oh wow, you're damaged. Okay, fine. Let's take Grommy. Maybe out here. Take out this guy and then take Montlock. Can you actually reach both? No. Take out rebels, auto-resolve, kill Montlock, and then move out there. War Banner on one of the Arachnaroks, and Banner of Swiftness on one of the others. Did those get taken off for some reason? Odd. Odd indeed. Alright, down goes that guy. 4k for our trouble. Let us, I guess, eat the captive. We should actually heal to full, so it won't matter. Yeah, slaughter the captives, I guess. Alright, free scroll of blast, not that we need it. You can take Montlock with an auto-resolve. And that damages the army further, and maybe I should have healed after all. Alright, occupy. Nice. Featherfoot Torque, that is probably not needed. We'll go for Camp Ruckus again, and we'll do building later. And Nobber, you can actually reach here, but you probably can't take it with an auto-resolve, so I'd rather put you... Oh, there's two armies here. Never mind. You're going to go back to Castle Paravent. You're gonna sit there until Grommy comes back. Mommy Grommy comes back. Yeah. I wonder if this guy might be able to reach us here at Castle Paravon, but we do have the walls to hide behind, though it would be iffy. You know what, let's just level you up just in case, because I am concerned. I believe I was going to get you slapped on scrap as well. A loss of melee attack, but, you know, get a little bit of resistance on everybody. And armor. I've been getting slapped on scrap for pretty much everybody, because orcs have a really easy way to get melee attack buffs up in like a dozen different ways. Not so much for everybody else. Or for other stats, rather. The other stuff I think is fine. We don't need biggest and strongest in this particular army, nor do we need savage smarts, which means we could go for Gorkle Fix-It. We could, let's get sneaky stealing for every time we use Itchy Nuisance, I guess. Sure, why not? Why not? Alright, you stay there, and you, sir, do have get back here. We may as well start moving through Arm to the Teeth. And... Measured Rage or Dodgy Geezer. Well, Battle Leader will give us more melee attack at the cost of melee defense, but counteracting the loss when you use the abilities, so, yeah. Alrighty. Now, I promised a battle. We gotta actually find one. Alright, so Arachnic's more or less fine. You're moving towards Marienburg, which I can't say I like very much. You go into Klesson. Jump down here. Glugzag, you're gonna join this army. And you're gonna take Marienburg. Arachnic. We could move you down through the mountains, or we could move you to help with Marienburg. Do we need to help with Marienburg? What do we have in terms of defenses? Nothing crazy. The only thing that concerns me if somebody takes Brokewater before we can get there, which I can't say I like the idea of. We could at least send one of them up to Brokewater. I think we'll do that. Because it's unlikely that we'll be able to trade with the Corsairs of Spite, and I'd just rather not risk it. Alright, you move southward. A big thinking, Stila, and then let's continue whatever it was we were doing. Nobber, Gorkill, Rogeidel, Fairy, Oglock the Horrible. Roglock, whatever. Oh, let's also check heroes while we're here. Choppa, Envy, and Mushroom Addicted Meh. Cunning's not horrible. Not one of these guys. I did want to put another one of them in Grom's army. Yeah, you know what? I think we'll get you for Grom. If I can remember where exactly Grom was. You're right here, sir. Cunning. Nice. Alrighty, and actually, you know what? While we're checking stuff, in General Trollhag we didn't need to check, but I did want to check these guys. Eligible ain't bad. We didn't need another one of these shamans. Not in this army. Oh, we need another Black Orc Big Boss in this army, but neither one of these will work. Alright, so first of all, you... Ooh, do we lose you your WAAAGH? That's a question. Probably not. Let's keep your WAAAGH. It'll allow the Boar Boys to do their thing a little bit better. Most of our lords will not be keeping their WAAAGH, but you might be one of them. Scarby, you've moved into Bragnir, but you decided not to take this place. Well, I guess we'll attack it if we can. Alright, gonna take you a while to get there. Not to where we're gonna send more armies out here. And I also just realized I know where we can get a fight. Oh, probably can't reach these guys right away. Alright, Greebits, you're gonna take this. And like so. Then, you cannot quite reach this guy. What you can do is use underway stance to go right beside him. These guys don't particularly like us, but we can probably move a little bit further than they can, especially if we take out your WAAAGH. There we go, and hopefully chase him down next turn. Go for Quell Animosity, and just in case, let's level you up. So, you don't need Nastier Squigs, and you certainly don't need Goblin Tide, as you have no goblins. Let's get you Inspiring Presence and Boys for all those Savage Orcs of various kinds. And I guess we'll need Riders as well. And we'll probably want... Oh, we'll probably want to get you a Mage to buff up the Savage Orcs. Nah, fine. Route to Marcher as well, then. I mean, I guess we could get you the XP guy, because he's going to take a while to level. 25% extra XP? Sure, why not? Knowledgeable Shaman. We'll get rid of one of the Savage Orc Biggins for that. Doesn't really matter, considering it costs us nothing to recruit them, as Ugg the Recruiter can currently recruit at 0 cost. which ain't too bad. Vicious, you stay here. Hopefully you don't get killed by Orion. But I'm gonna keep you there, because if we can keep them locked down, that would be decent. Tech Thief, steal once more from... Ah, damn, I screwed that up. Nope. Steal once more from Marienburg. And success. Very, very nice. Alright, who else? Reglash Rotgut, you are heading up north to join the Boars. And Narla de Crusha, I don't know who you are. Oh, you're just gonna join this guy. Alright, got 2 out of 4 of our Squig Big Bosses. Too bad that they don't have a Squig mount option. I feel like the Goblin Big Bosses should have a Cave Squig as an option. We got 2 more turns left until we move southward to find WAAAGH, hopefully immediately. You can move towards Salzenmund. And, ooh, Boris is around here. We need to get back up here. Quickly. You are unlikely to succeed. Oh, although... Taliesin Soulflare might be able to kill Boris. Alright, you better not die. Well, he failed, but he did level up, and he didn't die, so can't complain about that. Hey, Shaman's Lackey. Now, we did get 1 last time around, so it means that we should be able to give another one to one of the heroes here. Let's start with the first one. Wait, can you even have a Shaman's Lackey? You're not a shaman. Can you have one of their lackeys? Yes, you can. Huh, interesting. Alright. And that's minus 15%, so between the 2 that we have, now we have a... Did I take that off you? My bad. And now we have 30%. Will that prevent you from getting your unit seduced? I guess we'll find out. WAAAGH Finder already checked you. Vicious does not need to move, and I guess we do buildings, we end the turn, and then we fight the beast catchers. Now they should be giving us a nice little fight. They have levels, they have lots of monsters, and lots of squigs. Actually, it would be nice if we could take this army from them somehow. Let's do buildings as quick as we can. Fortunately, it doesn't look like there's all that much. Do we need to... Nah, I was about to say, do we need to save the growth that we have here, but it does not look like we do. Alright, money for you, and this also seems like a kind of unnecessary number of... military structures here in Castle Baston. We'll need to build 1, 2, 3 at minimum. Towers, which means we gotta get rid of one of these. Probably the Goblin Workshop. It's costing control and not giving us too much. Then again, we have fewer of these than we do the Black Orc barracks, but these do give us capacity. Get rid of the Doom Divers for now. It's not like we're gonna get a billion Doom Divers. Probably get a few. A few more, I mean. And a few more armies, that is. And we'll do that later. You are gonna get the pile of shiny stuff. VFA, you can't build anything right now. Go on to Crooked Corridor. We'll get to the growth. We'll get the Raiden stashes. And we'll get the... I guess idols as well, and more da Horde for you as well. Grave of Quila, you're liable to make a very solid chunk of change once we build you up. And just gotta get to that building up. You're gonna get the boss's shack, so you're military. Schadensumpf, we could upgrade. But there's probably not much point. I don't see anybody attacking it, and if anybody did, there's enough military territory or provinces or structures, that's the word, already there to deal with it. We want to get more Colossal Squig capacity, so we're gonna immediately upgrade the Colossal Squig building. And let's get the boss's camp here. Valley of Many Eyes. We're going for the Gloomy Hollows there. Kind of tempted to go for another Colossal Squig building. I'm just wondering what else we could build here from a military perspective, as this will be a military territory. Pretty much all military all the time. I mean, I guess we could build a single Gabo Metropolis. And again... there's not a lot of provinces here, so it doesn't really matter. The adjacency bonus would be kind of wasted. We'll keep it to Bretonia. And to some degree a few other places. Anyway, I guess just build the squid cages. And then we'll get rid of the boss's pole, which will allow us to build 3 more military structures. Honestly, if we didn't really need the squid capacity, I wouldn't bother building the building, because it doesn't offer us really all that much, to be honest, but oh well. You can go for pile of shiny stuff. You, Svanum, are probably going to get traded to Scarbrand, as I doubt that we're going to keep you, but who knows. And I guess it'll be worth more anyway, so that's fine. And then lastly, Arbalith, you are the Atilwith. Read that completely wrong. Last settlement. Alright, looks good to me. So, low fightiness, and it's the Recruiter. I really feel like a single lord shouldn't have fightiness at all. You can keep your WAAAGH, though, just in case these guys get angry and suddenly attack you here at Great Hogs. I don't think that they'd win, but why risk it? Garrison Lord, unassigned skill points, hero not move, building upgrades, and diplomacy. And then end the turn. Eshin wants a non-aggression pact still. Ooh, Bone Rattlers, down to -60. We were down to like -90 before, so it's doing a little bit better. Clan Scuttle wants to be friends. I mean, we could be friends with Clan Scuttle. They're at they're at this place, right? That's you. You're right here. Yeah, why not? Assuming that the other Skaven don't hate them, and they don't seem to, so we're fine. I like so. I guess another question is, do we want to get friendlier with the Bone Rattlers? Do we have a non-aggression pact with them already, or do I just not see it? Wait. Oh, we do. Alright, fine. Let's get military access with them. Hopefully that'll, over time, get us enough reputation with them, or relationship with them, to be able to do our thing, and confederate them without bonking Azag on the head. Anyway, let's see what Orion does, let's see what Morgr does, let's see if I've gambled correctly here. Ah, okay, I wasn't expecting that. Hellkeek actually besieged Orion at Karak-Exfilaz. Okay. And Morgr, I see you, and I think we have you. Clan Septic, you want a military alliance? I'm not so sure about this, mostly because Khazrak hates you. And I mean, on the other hand, do we care about Khazrak? We just kill him if we wanted to. I'm gonna hold off on this for a bit. And you guys let me know what you think as well. Should we just kill Khazrak? It seems like the Beastmen are a non-starter in this particular campaign, as in we can't seem to get their units, so it's kind of pointless. Would you please stop raiding our territories? Constructor for Rogue Idol Ferry. Great for Rogue Idol Ferry. Ready for duty Gouger. Yes, Gorkin more completed. Diplomatic relations +20 with all factions. Which is kind of ridiculous if you think about it, but more importantly, we have ourselves a battle. Alright, so, the way we're going to do this is thusly. First of all, 25, eh? And what about you? Okay, we are going to get rid of one of these units. These are the big ones, right? Yes. Merge units. And delete you. Then, you're gonna go into WAAAGH Begins, you're gonna move right up to Mr. Grizguts, you're gonna join the army. Very nice, and now the army is more or less complete. And I think not even more or less, it's just complete. 4, 4, 4, 4 units. I went lazy and just didn't want to think about it. You're all gonna get longer weapons. And you're all going to get, go figure, longer weapons. Gotta be careful about our scrap. We're not going to upgrade you because you cost 50. You guys, however, should be 25. Yeah. Reload time reduction, 20% to our leadership. Gonna have to go with the reload time reduction. Leadership of the Savage Orcs is fine. Unlike the Trolls, we shouldn't need to babysit them. Anyway, Giant River Troll Hag. Spirit Leech, Life Leeching, and Spirit Leech will help us against the single feral Carnosaur, but we'll need Soul Blight for everybody else, so Soul Blight it is. Shaman, we want you to get... Edbutt is fantastic, so it's probably gonna be Edbutt. We could also go for the Power of Dawa, but I think we're... Wait, is Edbutt even gonna be useful here? It's not. It's not at all. Meaning... we could go for, well, probably the only thing we might cast is Fists of Gork. Even though I don't usually use the spell, this might be one of those rare situations. Anyway, strike. I assume you're not allied with anybody, and you're not. Again, strike, declare war, and don't call your allies to help, because the faction will be destroyed. They're gonna run. Please don't tell me they can run far enough. We're still gonna draw out the garrison. Oh, you foolish, foolish beast catchers. Well, folks, let's catch some beasts, shall we? We got a lot of chaos spawn, but we do have a lot of anti-large in the form of our savage orcs, because they're literally every single unit that we have is anti-large, so this should work out quite well. Though how well remains to be seen. Let's find out. Alrighty, here we go. The Savages versus the Beasts. Should be a pretty interesting debut fight for the Savage Orc army. They do only have a single rogue idol with them, but since we can't get a Savage rogue idol, it's alright. Plus, it looks savage enough for our purposes, I think. And we are, gonna take a Vindictive Glare, or was that a Gaze of Mork? Couldn't quite tell. Either way, we took something, and we are going to take a little more Slaneshi Giggle from the enemy Hydra, which uses its breath on one of the Bone Clubber's units. We're actually going to back that Bone Clubber unit off because it took nearly a third of its damage, and we'll send in a more healthy unit instead. Rogue Idol and the River Troll Hag move in to counter the enemy Hydra, which is being hit by all four, well actually it was four, but now it's two, units of Savage Orc Error Boys, who are also anti-large, and are doing heavy damage to that poor thing. We also have our units waiting in the flanks, the Boar Boys and the Savage Orc Biggins over on both sides, as the enemy is in that stupid column formation, so we're fighting sort of half our army versus half their army, and then we'll join in with the fray later on. I also decided that since this is the debut battle, and I'm sure the Bone Club as the Savage Orcs want to have some fun, and frankly, I doubt they'd wait for the other orcs to join us, we're not going to use the walk here. Bone Clubbers versus Gorgers, kind of an interesting matchup. In fact, I feel like the Gorgers would be a nice addition to this army. They would fit thematically, so if we can, maybe we'll get a couple of them in here, if we make enough allegiance. Gorgers do have all that bone decoration among them, just like the various Savage Orcs. Yeah, make a nice Ogre and Savage Orc army. Anyway, tons and tons of enemy chaos spawns stand against us, but they are being surrounded by Bone Clubbers and by Savage Orc Biggins, who seem to be pretty happy to join in to the battle. Enemies are charging forward with more Squig Hoppers or Squig Herders, and no, it's just a regular Squig Herd, and are now going to send in their Feral Carnosaur and the rest of their Chaos Spawn as well. The battle is well and truly joined now as everybody makes their way into the fray. Our Boar Boy Biggins chasing after all those poor Squigs, and with their anti-large should be able to absolutely wreck them. They don't even look like they want to fight. As well they shouldn't, because this is a horrifically bad matchup for them. And here comes the WAAAGH as well, though the enemy does something clever. It ignores the rest of our units, sending the Feral Carnosaur through both of the Boar Boys and the Savage Orc Biggins, and through the Bone Clubbers, all the way to target our Goblin Great Shaman. Gonna be very dangerous. We're gonna target it with all of our Error Boys, but the Goblin Great Shaman is going to start taking massive damage very quickly. You gotta try to get out of there, little buddy, or you're gonna die in your debut battle. 15% HP remaining. Everybody keep going for that damn Carno. Nice move, desperate, but nice move by the AI, but unfortunately it looks like we did manage to force the Carno to rout, shatter, and with him the rest of the army, though it was close. Of course, we still do have to destroy the enemy Chaos Spawn here, but it's a nice little fight. Alrighty, there we go. Well done to the Savage Orcs there. Oh, it looks like another Chaos Spawn remains in the pile of Bone Clubbers. Alright, I wonder if we can make a few more Bone Clubs out of all these beast bodies we got here. I wonder what specifically the bones from the Bone Clubbers are made of. But anyway, I digress. Decisive victory for us and an auspicious start for the Savage Orc army. Ooh, alright. Pretty darn nice counter to the enemy army, with the exception of that damn feral Carnosaur almost three-shotting poor Grievous. Very, very dangerous until he gets his shrine or some kind of a mount to get the heck away from things, and they want to kill him. Otherwise, it looks like one of the, for the first unit, the Bone Clubbers, and oh, I don't believe we got any name suggestions for Bone Clubbers, folks. It's disappointing. The first one did 155 kills and 33k damage, 27 or nearly 28 and another 28 to 29k. Now these three all did very, very well, as they were the main units that did charge forth. One of the units of Savage Orc Airboys also got 12k, which is not too bad, and 14k on another, 22k on one of the Boar Boys, and the others were spent too long running around chasing stuff. Otherwise, I'm happy with the battle and expecting great things from the Savage army, and plenty more things to do. We don't need to take the money anymore, do we? At least not right now, so I think I'd rather have the bonus control, so slaughter those captives. Nice, and can you... Hey, we got a squig mascot. Don't need it in this army, but it's not a bad thing to have. And there we go, Giant Wolf for Grievous, and recruitment cost reduction for Savage Orcs. Well, that's just swell. That means, who got that? Not you. You got that? Yes. We're gonna give Mr. Hug the Recruiter, just so I don't forget, the reduction. So you can have a Troll Herder, and it wasn't a Squig Mask. Oh, now I'm not gonna remember what it was. Not Surreal Luda, Savage Orc Prada. There we go. Oh, Prada's not bad. As in for a recruiter name. Just Ugg the Prada, maybe? Certainly got potential. There are a few other suggestions as well. But anyway, for now, he's fine. I guess we could give him a Batwinged Loony. Just the upkeep reduction for when he actually recruits stuff, because he does have to hold it for a while he does. And gotta make sure to give one of the other war banners to one of the other Ragnarok having armies. Anyway, Ugh, sit there. Grievous. Go into regular stance into Tower of Lenog. You can grab the Sea Corpse, and then loop around this way and head towards the Dark Elves. You're going to be landing on their shores together with the pigs, and we'll be going ham on those Dark... I haven't actually been waiting to make that joke, but... I should have been. Alright, anyway, Grimgor. Do a quick little auto-resolve of Morgr. He will run. Let's hope he doesn't cross the river. Let's hope he goes this way. Be really annoying if he escapes. You don't have a WAAAGH right now. And you're not allied with anybody, but, well, I wouldn't expect you to be. Actually, Grimgor, go, like, right... Go right here. Try to push him this way a little bit. I'm just very wary of him crossing the river. Alright, do this. Yeah, declare war. And don't call your allies to help. He won't fight, he'll run, because who would fight Grimgor? What kind of maniac? Then we'll need to push this little army out of the way. Then we're gonna need to... Are they gonna be beside each other? They are indeed. Alright. Do we bother fighting this, though? I mean, we could hack our way through a bunch of Gors and Ungors, but they're tier 1 units. I mean, the Cygors might be fun, but otherwise, they're not really worth our time. It would be more difficult to fight the Wood Elf armies here, and I think that would be preferable. Hellcake's still sieging, eh? I wonder if he'll succeed. I imagine he will. We could still move southward to take out Thorek, though, so there could still be a reason to go down there. Anyway, I think, yeah, we're gonna gotta resolve this. You know what, I'm not going to risk WAAAGH begins, because I don't trust it. I'm not gonna let Morgr escape like this. I want the defeat trait. It'll be too easy. Nah. The enemy army will collapse and shatter in seconds. That's why. I was just thinking maybe we should fight it, but nah. Slaughter captives, yeah. Nice, and there we go. 25% missile resistance. It's a lot more ridiculous on units that are just gigantic. Although Grimgor is a big boy, but I mean like with a mount. Now Grimgor is up to 80% missile and 26% ward, means he's maxed out for missile resistance, meaning good luck hurting him with missile fire. Are we in an enemy territory? We're in Val's Anvil right now? Yeah, we are. Alright, going to Raiden camp. While you're here. Oh, so much. And we could attack these guys. Are they at war with anybody? They're at war with Clan Scryer, so we could join and destroy them next turn. And there are 2 stacks plus the garrison, so we're getting progressively more and more difficult as we fight the Wood Elf armies, so not too bad. We're right beside them, so we will probably do it. But what we can also do is keep the rogue idle fairy nearby, possibly allowing it to claim Val's Anvil, and then us maybe catching Orion if he survives. And we shall see. Are you able to reach Grimgor? No. You are like this, though. Right? Yes. Alright, 2 rogue idols for Grimgor, 2 less biggins for Grimgor. And I guess we don't need these... Oh, wow, they are at rank 9. Yeah, but who are we going to transfer them to around here? You know what, keep them for now. Just in case. I don't know exactly what situation we would need them, but just in case. Okay, let's keep moving. Spite you... Ooh. Are these guys at war with the Ghost of Clan Boreal? They are not, but it is concerning. And where are they going right now? And they're going towards Orion. We should probably try to get them into a war with the undead to the south of them. Get them all fighting each other, because we don't want them claiming territories up here, and we certainly don't want them attacking Clan Pestilence, because we want to be allies so that we can get some of their units. It's taking a long time to acquire a decent amount of allegiance, that's the word. But anyway. Gorkill, you are going to go after Marienburg. And you are going to begins. We're going to try to steal tech from it first. And we're going to succeed. Nice job, nice job. Get another point in specialist. Now we can start moving through steel tech buffs. Gorkill, attack. What's close victory? This is kind of garbage. We could just auto-resolve this. It's just basic troops, and no... Poor basic trolls also got hurt, but they always do. Occupy. We were looking towards keeping the place after all. Not that we really care about the tradable resources, because we get nothing from it, but at least the port will make money. Headsman, great for you. An egg. Orkill's on a wyvern. Very nice. Appropriate to have a big, monstrous mount. And we don't need the spider building here, but we do need the bosses. Tent, Arachnic, you can't reach Baroque Water, unfortunately, but you can also not raid it. Alright, fine then. I guess we raid our own territory. And just to keep our fightiness rising a little bit. Alright, let's try to get to next turn then. Who else needs to move? Uglock. You are waiting, and you are also moving. Scarby's still around here. We're gonna have to take Trek Tatsi, aren't we? He's not gonna do it. Alright, that's fine. AI is really unwilling to capture stuff for some reason. Because of reasons, I should say. Grommy, how far can you move? Huh, not as far as I thought, despite the fact that you don't have a wall. Surprising. Alright, so what we want to do is take out one of the Force Goblin units. Merge selected. And then delete one. Unfortunately, we did spend 25 scrap on it, but Ugrok, you can join Grom. Grom, you can move out here. Huh? I can't move very far. Alright, I have an idea. Go right here, in march stance. Then, we know that these guys have a bunch of armies nearby. I don't know whether this will work, obviously, but if it does, I would be happy. Go right here beside Grom, into ambush stance. Maybe they'll see him in march stance and try to go for him. And we should level him up just in case we get into a fight, though. We're gonna get you slapped on scrap as well for even more defensive capabilities on the various pump wagons. Oh, should get a few more pump wagon names in there. Slapped on scrap for you, sir. And you might as well get Gargantuan Glutton. You already have all the other Gobbo stuff. Yeah, Yeah, alright. Looks good to me. Let's upgrade the other gobos. You get Stickum Boys and trying to get towards the biggest thief. Night Goblin Shaman. Shifty. And let's upgrade a Chi Nuisance. We could get Scouting. I'm a little bit tempted by Scouting just because of the... you know what, just get it. We have like very few magic items compared to how much we probably should have, so... Yeah, you are not going to level until you actually level up. Alright, well, looks good to me. Let's hope that these guys fall for it. And you know what, while we're here, these are unnamed pump wagons, and they are pump wagons that we're gonna keep. Let's do parts cart. And let's do the stunty grinder. Let me find some stunties to grind. Lanesha giggle. Alrighty, let's see who else is left here. Did I move everybody? Who am I missing? I know I'm missing somebody. Oh, I guess it's just the heroes for now. Alright, fine. Rutglash, Rotgut, you gotta join the Boar Boys. Wurzag Finder, you are ready to go next turn and find Wurzag. Tech Thieves, go for thievery. Ah, Boris is moving closer to us, which has me somewhat concerned. Man, this guy keeps failing. I'm gonna rename you Failure soon. If he fails one more time. Though... he will never fail as many times as Beledna the Failure, who watched the... for those who watched the Boris Ursus campaign, like a full campaign of nothing but failures for a single hero. Big Thinkin' Steela, you need to get towards the Empire to actually steal. You have 7 turns to get there. Maybe you can reach him, maybe you can't, we'll find out. Vicious the Despicable, you're still not moving. Until we see what happens with Orion. And I do believe that's another end turn, minus the buildings and the Diplo. So let's do buildings and Diplo. Alright, Big Thinkin'. First of all, we'll start with you. We got Gork and Mork. We want next... well, we're still trying to head towards that scrap compactor as fast as possible. Well, let's get shiny magic things. With a magic drop chance and to try to get towards stone armor. I do like the big and beta bosses as well. But I mean, we'll obviously get it all anyway. But we need more research. Oh man, we're at 299. I wonder if that's costing us a turn by virtue of that 1%. It would be unfortunate. But anyway, let's build what we have and let's keep going. Alright, Gabo City for you, Barrows. Kuhan, you are going to go for a pile of scrap. And you are also going to go for Savage Stones. Yes. Gisoro, upgrade you to tier 5. We can afford it right now. Because of the rating, mostly. I mean, but also the fact that we have a massive pile of money. That's also important. If that was unclear. Bordelot, let's get you to Horde and Plane of Battles. Alright, lots of admin this episode, but hey, we did have a couple nice battles. Well, we have one nice cinematic battle and one nice non-cinematic battle. How about that? Baston, you are missing idols. Do you need idols? Or can we just go straight for the Gabo 10s? We're gonna go straight for the Gabo 10s. Wait, I didn't build another idols here, did I? Should probably get rid of these idols, in fact. You know what, get rid of these idols in Conquata right now, and replace them with another tower. Alright, next, more Dahords everywhere. Quinnell, let's upgrade you to tier 3, or Montlock rather. Dahord for you, and we gotta get the... okay, you know what? Let's start with the rating stashes, and then we'll follow up. Alright, Montfort, you are gonna get the heap of shiny stuff. Crooked Corridor, oh, I love the name. Let's go for Totem Pole, let's go for Gabo Tunnels. And Boss's Shack and Boss's Shack. Ooh, Military Province at Eastern Arana Mountains is shaping up quite nicely. And just actually out of curiosity, should we get rid of this rating stash here? We could place... I mean, we already have one of these here. We don't have a boar building. We can always global recruit them, though. And you know what? I actually find it unlikely that we're gonna. And frankly, we're probably not gonna bother with any more giants, so the stomping grounds are not necessary. They're just too hurtful for the auto-resolve. And it doesn't seem that the auto-resolve hates the rogue idols the same way, so we can just use rogue idols instead. They serve a somewhat similar purpose. Well, actually, the Arachnoroks would be more similar to what the giants do than the rogue idols are, but nonetheless, I digress. And let's continue. Talzin. Go for the boss's check, and then let's keep building those towers, or start building those towers up. Ooh, yes, go for the hag hut for more capacity. I guess we could get the defenses here. Although, you know what? This is a tier 5, which means we'd be able to upgrade it immediately, so I'd rather do that. Also, I think for these territories, we need to switch them all to give it here. Otherwise, they take too long to build anything. Give it here. Frankly, I should have done that earlier. Much earlier. Is it just these two, or is there another magical forest here? I could have sworn we had 3, no? Apparently not. This isn't a magical forest, it's just these two. Alright, well, that's just fine. That's Sword of Frost we're ignoring, but Carcassonne we are sort of ignoring. We're gonna build something there, so that we can trade it to the Skaven to force them into a bunch of wars. Brockel. What do we do here? I mean, I already have a spider building. We could build the boss's camp, or we could just wait for a little bit more and we'll get a tier 5. Let's do that. Gabo tents. Raiding stat. No, I can't build raiding stats. You know, don't build anything. And just wait. Bide your time. Alright, Karavok. It's Kavarok, isn't it? It is Kavarok, okay. Close enough, close enough. I make the Orky excuse. And totem pole for you, though I'm not sure that we're going to keep the place. In fact, it's likely that we won't, which means we'll build the muster field so that we can trade it to Clan Pestilence for some friendship. Just gotta buy some friends, guys, just like real life. A Lord not moved, Garrison, Fightiness, don't care, unassigned skill points, you're not moved, and diplomacy, and then end turn. Clan Eshin, Pecondites want to be friends. Do we want to get access to some of their units? The strength rank is 57. Frankly, they're probably not strong enough for us to bother fighting. That's the thing. Oh, Bone Rattlers, wait. 45. Ooh. Do we do a defensive alliance with them? In theory, it shouldn't make them feel like they're stronger. In theory. In practice, I'm still superstitious about it. And tend to not do that. If we could get them to join war against a bunch of factions, we might be able to get them to confederate. In fact, the best way to do it is to probably grab a settlement near to them, trade it to them. We should send an army over there. That's probably the way to do it. But anyway, for now, let's end the turn. Else we run out of time. Alright, I saw the game stop at Reichland for a sec. It's certainly moving somewhere. Oh, they do want that defensive alliance. I'm still not sure. See, once we're in a defensive alliance, they're going to be very hard to betray. That's the thing that is the issue. Or harder to betray. But again, I guess not so much harder than just fully betraying them. Wait. 2.6. Would you be willing to join war against anybody? No. What about Barrel Legion? No. Alright, screw it. We're gonna do the defensive alliance. I'm just gonna hope. We could get them to trade all their money to us somehow. Alright, you better not screw us on this, Azag. But honestly, we can betray them as we please. We're works after all. And Talzin did get destroyed, so I was right not to go here. Alright. Well, I am both happy and unhappy about that, because I wanted to kill Orion, but at the same time. Settlement besieged, Bokel, Drakewald, and Boris. Now, this place does have defenses. Decent ones, and his army is kind of garbo. But that doesn't mean that he doesn't have other armies on the way. It'd be nice if Fusty helped us out. Ambush foiled. Nobber's a constructor. Snide Bootlick a lord. Blork Pigkiss a lord, both ready for duty. What the heck are you doing? What is this? Why would you do this? Did he get stuck Oh, he got stuck. Huh. Wait, but how did this happen? Because you were ambushed, but you should have been in close enough proximity to this guy to have... I don't understand how this happened. Because if this guy moved close to you while you were ambushing, he should have... Oh, okay, maybe I do understand how this happened. The ambush was foiled as he was moving towards Grom? And then he was trying to get to Grom and thus pass through Nobber, but couldn't quite reach him, but now he's stuck. A very bizarre turn of events for him. Anyway, there's still plenty more undead to kill, so we'll be doing that in a bit. Can't reach them right now, though. Is there a battle that we can reach? Grimgor can do stuff. And, okay, it looks like the Skaven are also headed towards Athel-Loren. They're at war with Modron and Torgavan. We could just take out Torgavan. Probably a big fight here. In fact, no probably about it. Yeah, Grimgor, you like big fights, don't you, bud? Let's get you into one. What do we get you? Ah, Deadly Onslaught for Grimgor. That's what I like to see. And we got him Uri up at the melee defense cost. Could get him Furious WAAAGH. Just double checking. We could also get slapped on Scrap at the melee attack cost, because once again, everything in his army has massive amounts of melee attack. But on the other hand, everything in his army other than the giants have extra armor. Oh, actually, I do have to wonder, would slapped on Scrap be sufficient to make the giants stronger? And by the additional resistances? You know what? We're gonna get that. Slapped on Scrap. Everybody gets slapped on Scrap. 'Tis the Orky way. Now the giants are at 45 armor, still low. And, they only have weaponry stuff. If we could get them like a bunch more resistances, maybe they'd be better. Damn, 160 armor. I mean, I guess it's just a big pile of rocks, so it makes sense. It's not really armor per se, but you know, it's dead hard and ready for stomping and body slamming. Woundmaker, belly flopping. I mean, not body slamming. Woundmaker for you. Anyway, let's level everybody up and let's go in for 3 stacks versus Grimgor. Experienced Slaneshi Giggle. Yeah, let's get that. I mean, we were going through hard to hit, but you know what? The cooldown reduction will allow him to stomp on more gits, and that's all that the git stomper wants. It's all he requests. He doesn't even request payment in teeth for his services. He just wants enemies blobbed up and to get stomped. Let's get you hard to hit. You're alright in the middle of the fray all the time. Or actually, you know what? For this one, perhaps, we'll get 1 point in Doom and Darkness. Aspect of the... You know, get 2 points. Aspect of the Dread Knight, not useful for this army. As the Black Orcs basically never rout. In fact, I'm not sure I've ever seen them rout. You can have Scarred Vet and then smash him faster. You already have Battle Leader. Actually, it says Leader, but, you know, try... channeling the Orky reading. Alright, you, not ambush. WAAAGH begins. Then we talk to our friends Clan Scryer. And then we join war against Torgavan. And then, ooh, would you join war against anybody? Reichland, for example? No. Great Orthodoxy? No. Seducers of Slaanesh? No. Damn it. Icket, why? Why are you like this? Well, since this is worth 6.2, wait. There may be a thing we can do. And I'd like to find out. This is not currently worth a lot, but it could be worth enough to get him to declare war on some... 19.8. It'll be worth more next turn. Which means... we're probably just going to join war like this. Yeah, fine. Just join. Torgavan, give us money. I don't even care about your money, but we'll do it anyway. And then we'll go into war coordination, Clan Scryer. Torgavan isn't an option. Alright, well, who is an option is Dieter Gearhoff here, except... and Corsairs of Spite, also Dieter Gearhoff. Alright, well, that's an easy completion of a mission. In fact, let's do it right now. You go into WAAAGH begins. Attack. He's gonna... actually, I didn't think he could run. But he can. But he can't run far enough. And that's all that matters. Hit him. Oh, we got some rebels out here. And we got Skaven territories out there as well. Which Skaven, I wonder? Is it Clan Skull or Clan Skull alive? I guess we'll see. You can eat captives to replenish since that did a little bit of damage. That should complete 2 missions, and I think Grom actually naturally has perfect vigor, or at least he did. So that didn't actually do much for him. But the extra campaign movement range is always nice. Then we go back to diplomacy and see if we got new missions. No, we didn't. I guess it takes a turn. But I wanted the extra allegiance. Might actually have enough to recruit something now. Anyway, that was a lot of lead up. Now it's time for Grimgor to do his thing against 3 stacks of Wood Elves. And they're not going to run a Pyrrhic rather victory. Let's get a Razor Standard on maybe the Crimson Killers. The Immortals actually hit harder, but I like the... I do like the Perfect Vigor on them. We can make the Crimson Killers hit harder, or we can make one of the regular orcs hit harder. Yeah, let's get them to Crimson Killers. Oh, actually, no, they have less models. You know what? Maybe we take the Lichbone Pennant and we put that on the Crimson Killers, and we give that to one of you, just because you have more models. Oh, yeah, I like that more. Anyway, absolutely horrifically large number of Glade Guard. They are only Glade Guard, but they still do plenty of damage. Not to Grimgor, because of his 95% missile resistance between all of his resistances, but to everybody else. Away we go. Alrighty, here we go, and ooh, we got great lightning for what is probably going to be a great fight. Probably the toughest fight we've encountered so far. 3 stacks with tons and tons of range units that move faster than our Black Orcs do. Frankly, if this entire enemy army was made of Way Watchers instead of the Glade Guard, we wouldn't really stand a chance against 3 stacks. The Glade Guard only have 5 armor piercing, so though that is a lot of arrows, we can certainly take them on our shields and our extremely heavy 167 armor. Yeah, they are really going to need that armor piercing in order to fight us, but, well, over time, with enough attrition, perhaps, they can do it. Anyway, we make it in. We are going to lead with Grimgor and his Immortals, follow it up with a headbutt right into the enemy Dryads, and the Giants and our units of Rogue Idols are going to join the fray. Now, we can't keep a cohesive formation, unfortunately, mostly because, well, there's just too many enemy units that we need to catch. Here comes that iconic Foot of Gork down into those Dryads as well from Grotzlik Gitstampa, a massive explosion covering the field and absolutely obliterating 5 units of Dryads. Just had to wait for them to blob up around our units of Black Orcs, and just out of curiosity, where are you, Grotzlik? You got now 19, wait, that's not Grotzlik, that's a Savage Giant. It was like 19 kills, now 465 kills and 58k damage. Now obviously some of that was from the headbutt, but nice. It does look like we should have destroyed about half of the first enemy stack before the enemy second and third stacks arrive, but arrive they do. The reinforcements are on the field now, and I believe we're about to get to 40 units on the field, so we'll still have another full stack of reinforcements to deal with if and after the rest of them are dead. We are also going to take some shots to the back, the Darklands Labor Unit in particular getting a little bit pincushioned by various units of Glade Guard, even as they move forward and fire and follow us. But we have to chase down those enemy units from the first army, or else they'll just continue annoying us by shooting us in the back. Now, this should, I hope at least, work to our advantage to some degree, as it forces the rest of the enemy army closer towards us, and thus we should be able to attack them and do more damage without them immediately moving off the field. Do get a Purple Son of Zareus right in the way of the enemy, mostly to try to block them or force them to move through it. Probably not a crazy amount of damage, but, you know, it's the only spell that really would have worked in that particular situation, so that's why we use it. Just out of curiosity, how much damage on the River Troll Hag? If I could find her in here somewhere. Oh, there she is. Spirit or Lore of Death symbol on you. 51k and 13k damage, probably closer to 12k because she would have gotten a little bit of damage by just smacking things around with her fish sack, so yeah. Alright, and there's that belly flop that we know and love, and here come the enemies. Dryads are joined by some War Dancers with Azrae Spears, and some regular War Dancers as well. Now these units are pretty darn good, 72 melee defense, 56 melee attack, and that's with debuffs, so we're going to have to slowly work our way through these. They can certainly fight on par with our Black Orcs, and thus they should be able to hold us back for at least a decent while. Looks like our biggin is getting absolutely pelted by tons and tons of arrows, the green arrows kind of matching the biggin, but at the very least that's arrows that our Black Orcs aren't taking. Alright, over here the Immortals are still fighting those War Dancers with Azrae Spears and are very, very slowly working their way through them. And in fact, it looks like they're fighting about even with each other, which is very impressive, I gotta say. Oh, and they have armor sundering, and they lack armor themselves and have a pretty massive amount of weapon strength. For a glass cannon, though, they are certainly not going down easy. 35% ward, or 35% ward save and 5% physical gives them about 40% ward save, and all our armor piercing is useless against their non-existent armor. I'm very impressed. Alrighty. Let's see how we're doing otherwise. Bounce power still in the enemy's favor, and there are still reinforcements to try to make it onto the field. We also have a bunch of our units, about 4 or 5 over on this side, separated from the rest of the army as they try to force the rest of the enemy Glade Guard and Way Watchers and whatever they can find to actually shatter and not come back and rally. Looks like one of our units, the Proper Choppers, are getting pretty heavily beat up by getting shot in the back. But I guess no matter which way we turn, we're gonna get shot in the back. A very interesting fight. And I do love how it is spread all over the battlefield as well. 2 giants working together with one of the rogue idols to hopefully bring down another unit of those damn War Dancers. Although it looks like the first unit of the War Dancers is out. Is the Azrae Spear unit out as well? Yes, finally, the Azrae Spears will lose to the Immortals. In fact, both of them will. A shot coming in from the Rogue Idol, and a pretty nice one to that. And we continue making our way forward. More Eternal Guard will stand in our way, and more arrows continue hitting orcs in the face. But the armor is holding. Alrighty, Axes of the Dark gonna show these Eternal Guard what they're named for, and the Eternal Guard are down to half HP within seconds. Balance of power about even now, but the battle continues. Here comes a Rogue Idol to face off against one of the reinforcing Treemen, who just picked up and destroyed a Black Orc, or crushed a Black Orc in its roots. And this is a nice little confrontation. And just like last time I saw this, I find it pretty incredible how tiny a tree man looks compared to a Rogue Idol. Though I'm not sure whether the two have any sync animations with each other. It kind of looks like they're just sort of hitting each other, but ooh, my PC didn't like that. A lot of stuff happening on the field, a lot of effects, so hardly surprising. Anyway, these two are going to continue whacking away at each other, but the tree man will die, especially with those little Grimgors hitting away at the enemy with their big axes. Little Grimgors, big axes. And it looks like another unit of Treekin will abandon the center line, but the battle will continue, and still more reinforcements to make it onto the field. One last unit of Treekin, and that's it. 40 units on the map, and now we just have to kill them all to win. Grimgor has also forced I think 2 enemy lords off the map and has found the third. He basically spends all his time chasing enemy lords around. Most of the time, though, they're too afraid to actually fight him and will simply run away. Although, I mean, you would too, but he also takes like 2 hits and then they're down to like a third of their HP, so it does make sense. Streaming through the forests, we claim this glade for ourselves now, or for Gork and Mork rather, as we now move towards those enemy Glade Guard. Another foot of Gork coming down as Grotzlik has been fighting and will crush a unit of Eternal Guard. In fact, Grotzlik has been fighting in melee this entire time. Gotta love those Orky Shamans. You gotta love a caster who can fight. Alright, and it looks like the battle is finally starting to go our way. We are separating our army more and more, but are now engaging as many of the enemy units of archers as remain, and will be able to stop them from firing pretty much all together. Now it's just a matter of asking them some poignant questions. Grimgor has found a unit of treekin to hack apart in lieu of any lords remaining. And since that tree man didn't go for him. And how's Grimgor doing, by the way? He's taken, what, like, I don't know, 10% HP, and he hasn't used his healing potion yet either. He's gonna be just fine. He's pretty darn impressively tanky. Oh, and it looks like more and more of all those archers are routing. How long have we been fighting? 8 minutes straight battle. Very, very long battle compared to what usually happens. But by the looks of it, not any longer, as the rest of the enemy will shatter, and the battle, glorious though it was, will be ours. We can certainly see quite a bit of damage on a fair few of our units. The Immortals got hit pretty hard, down to half HP, though they will recover due to their model losses not being so bad, and the proper Choppas are down to about half of their units as well. Very, very nice. Yeah, as I said, if this had been an army full of Way Watchers and other armor-piercing elite archers and Sisters of the Thorn and stuff that we couldn't catch, though I suppose we couldn't catch any of the, well, or had a difficult time catching even the Glade Guard, we would have needed a second army to do this. But the armor held strong, let's say. Anyway, close victory for us, so the damage is there, but the enemy is out, and I do imagine we'll be able to destroy the faction quite quickly. Ooh, finally a challenge, really something of a challenge for Grimgor there. And these, did he just, no, that's gotta be what? He just leveled up to level 50. Is that a bug, or is he actually level 50, or is he actually rank 39? Sometimes it shows 50 even when it isn't 50. We'll see in a second. And if that is the case, I have to wonder if it is bugged and it is at rank 50. Would we miss out on, what, 2 or 3 more events because we leveled through several of them at the same time? That would be really unfortunate. Huh. Well, I guess we'll find out. Man, some of those buffs are really nice. Let's see what we did and how we did here. Our giants did okay, and same with our rogue idols, but nothing crazy. But they did take many, many arrows. And man, I guess our entire army just took horrendous amount of arrows. 28k on Get to the Choppas, and 204 kills. And it looks like they beat all the other Black Orcs other than the 2 specials, the Crimson Killers and the Immortals, getting 44 and 30k. The other standouts were the Axes of the Dark with 27k and 26k for the Merry Krumpas, who did krump merrily. As usual, Grotzlig Gitstampa gets a massive amount of damage, over 100,000 damage and 626 kills, 11 to 13k damage and 2 Black Orc big bosses, and Grimgor no slouch at 24k. Nothing crazy, or 25k. Nothing crazy, but he spent most of the battle running around trying to catch enemy single entities, lords. Look at how tiny the enemy Glade Lord looks compared to Grimgor on the map. It's ridiculous. But yeah. Anyway, I guess we are going to heal up. And then, you know what? I probably should have actually moved the Rogue Idol Fairy in to help here, considering how many units we were facing off against. And no, okay, yeah, he is rank 39. Ooh, I thought it bugged out for a second. I'm glad it didn't, even if it's only 1 level gained instead of the 12. Get your Wound Maker Grimgor hitting at 1.3k now. Not too bad. Get it up higher. And that's without buffs, of course. We should, in theory, be able to... Oh. Huh. Since this army remains alive, they'll try to reclaim this, won't they? Oh, he should be able to auto-resolve this, but I'm willing to bet that it badly hurts the giants. Like, really badly. Just like last time. Actually, not not as badly as I thought, to be honest. 24k. Do we sack the place? It is 24k. Yes. Okay, and did you move too far away to claim it? Not really. You can't go after Strathot, unfortunately, but you can claim Val's Anvil. I guess we won't need Rogue Idle Fairy to do it. Then we'll move outside of Val's Anvil, and then we'll go into raiding stance, and we'll move Rogue Idle Fairy inside here. And just for now. And there we go. Very nice. Finally an actual challenge for Grimgor, and it was a glorious time. Though I'm not sure all the Black Orcs taking arrows to the face for 10 minutes straight would say quite the same. Anyway, with that we are obviously very much out of time. Went overtime this time, and I'm gonna call it here. Next time, more Grimgor action, more Athaloran, and whatever else we can get up to. And yeah, stay tuned for more orcs, more green. Never forget to leave a like and comment below, especially to Threshold for the hour. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.